God, this is another series of light. This is Dr. Tyann. I tried to upload a video that I made, but the connection is too slow. So it made me do an impromptu to the video that I had already made and did not upload to YouTube for whatever reason. Tried a couple attempts, and after the second time I just said forget it. Let me just come on live, vibe with everyone here, and just talk about what I wanted to talk about. As you can see from the title, Divine Feminine, your DMs, yin to his yang. It is so true. A lot of us Divine Feminines are frustrated and even feel resentful towards our Divine Masculines, and really we don't realize there's a root cause to everything. A lot of us as Divine Feminines have had father issues, which is also known as daddy issues. Either our father was never there and abandoned us, or he may have been there but been very passive and allowed things to happen to us that we feel like should not have happened. Whether it's right, wrong, good, bad, or indifferent. And we had to live with these consequences, let alone many of us, Divine Feminines, have been suppressed for eons. And that has not helped in our twin flame dynamic. Divine Feminine, the reason why you are the yin to Divine Masculine's yang is because, or either the yang to Divine Masculine, Divine Masculine's yin, because we have the masculine and the feminine components within us. And unless we balance these energies, we will not find ourselves in the union that has already been prophesied and foretold that we would be in, the 144,000. There are 5 of us here. Can you smash that like button for me? Thank you. So, we're heading, me and my masculine right now are headed on our vacation, but we're stuck in traffic. So I told him I was having trouble uploading the video. He was like, just do a live. So that's what I'm doing while he's listening to music. Anyhow, he's in his own world. But this is a really serious topic. I wanted to share it with you because this has been silenced in the twin flame community. No one is talking about this. It's like everything is under wraps. Like, for instance, Divine Feminine is always being told to surrender. I learned a valuable lesson in my own dynamic when I prayed to God's Source a couple of months ago, and I told Source that I was just going to surrender it all to God and the universe. And God told me, Tyann, this is not a time to surrender. This is a time for action and manifesting. So, Divine Feminines, it's one thing to surrender, like, to the natural ebb and flow of how things are going to turn out. And it's another thing that we don't forget our manifestation power. We have the power. We are super manifestors. I don't want you to forget. I am here to remind you of who you are. Because trust me, in my darkest hours, I have had great people remind me of who I am. Don't grow or don't allow for resentment to be established in your union with your masculine. They are trying their hardest to navigate and traverse in this humdrum 3D earthly plane of existence, which is not easy for none of us. We are all having it hard to some degree or to some extent when it comes to our journey. We go into cycles where we have our good moments, and then we have our cycles where they're not too good. We call it the dark night of the soul. Call it whatever you want to call it, but just know that Divine feminines are spearheading the journey. It is the divine feminine that leads us into union. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Cleopatra Soul. We are powerful spiritual beings, yes, master manifestors. And so I am here to remind you to never forget that. Never forget your power. Never forget how strong you really are. Never forget how strong your divine masculine is. Okay? Divine masculine has to have some form of attachment to you. We are told to detach. To some extent, yes, it's true. We want to make sure that we're detached from the outcome and that we're not over analyzing, over, you know, emphasizing on how things should be. We should be in a natural ebb and flow. And when we are in a natural ebb and flow of things, that is how the law of attraction works. For anyone who tells you the law of attraction doesn't work in a twin flame dynamic, don't know what they're talking about. Everything is based off a universal law. And when you and your divine counterpart are in the same frequency, that is when things come into fruition. That is when 3D union can be had. That is when things get done. Divine feminine has a lot of weight on her shoulders because whether we liked it or not, we signed up for this on the other side of the veil. We signed up to be the leaders in this, the pioneers in this, and to bring this union together. First, we have to experience it within, with the animus and the anima within, the masculine and the feminine within. And we activate in the masculine, the divine, the sleeping giant, okay? That's what I call it. Once we activate the divine and the divine masculine, that is when he becomes activated, actualized, and realized. And he wakes up to his calling. But it's not until first divine feminine wakes up to her calling, her divine purpose, and what it is that she needs to do here on earth. And it's more than just raising the vibration of humanity. It's more than just spreading love and light. It's also her working on her distorted parts of herself. The shadow side of herself. Because it's not only just the masculine that needs work. When we're in separation, it's because we both need healing and we both need to do the work, not just one person. Because ultimately, it takes two to tango. One surely cannot remain without the other. This is the reason why Source God says the two must become one. And once we become one within, we become a unit, and we become in unison on the outside, which is known as 3D union. It is very possible. You can make it happen even at a moment's notice. All you have to do is be in congruency with what you want. Focus on your focus. Don't have counterproductive thoughts. 1 minute you want to be in union with your divine masculine, and the next minute you're calling in a higher soulmate. Which one do you want? Because you can call them both in. Trust me. You can call them both in, and then what are you going to do when you call in your higher soulmate and then your divine masculine comes and he wants to be with you too? Then you're going to be feeling cognitive dissonance. You're going to be confused on what it is that you want because you were not in congruency with what you said you wanted. The universe is going to bring you what you want, and you may get it at the same time. I've had plenty of coaching sessions with divine feminines that didn't know what to do because they brought in both their higher level soulmate and their divine masculine at the same time. The divine masculines are not stupid. They can feel the pull. They know when someone else is in your life. And sometimes that may be what it takes to awaken them. That may be what it takes to awaken them. It's for you to move on and for them to feel that pull. That may be part of the soul contract. You just never know. Unless you have access to your Akashic records, like most of us do that are highly evolved, where you can access the Akashic records, you can pull out your soul contracts, you can know what your soul contract is with your divine counterpart, etc. But you don't want to be in a position to where you don't know what you want, and so you miss out. Okay, so keep focused on your focus. And also know that on a subconscious level, your divine counterpart can feel you. Those thoughts that you have about your masculine are being impressed on their subconscious mind. They know when you resent them, when you have, low-key hate for them, and that keeps them from coming in. And then you wonder why divine masculine hasn't made his or her way back to you. Because on a subconscious level, you're sending hate messages to that person. You should only send love and light. That's the only thing you should send out. If anything else is coming from your vibration, then that is something that you need to readjust on your own. And that's something that you need to pull together for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you are the yin to the divine masculine is yang. You are the one that balances things out. And yes, the weight of responsibility is on your shoulder, whether you like it or not. We signed up for this. We can't complain now that we are knee deep into this. Many of us are dealing with our masculines BS that we've been dealing with for eons. This is not the only lifetime that divine masculine had a sexual addiction, or that divine masculine had the Jezebel spirit, or that divine masculine has been dealing with addictions or drug habits. This is the one that matters the most. This is the one that he is supposed to master with your help. He is not independent at this moment. He's interdependent, and there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with a small form of codependency. And this is what is not being told in the twin flame dynamic. And this is the reason why many people are not coming into union, because they are leaving their divine masculines in the code. They think that eventually the magic pill is going to be swallowed and divine masculine is going to wake up and say, oh, I got divine feminine that I need to be chasing after right now. It doesn't happen like that. We have to help them. We have to hold space. We have to be the container until they're able to be the container and be strong enough for us. Divine feminines, we have the role, the gender roles, or whatever you want to call it, mixed up. We got it backwards. Divine feminine, you are supposed to receive. Divine masculine is the giver. Divine feminine energy, the feminine energy is receptivity. Okay? Divine masculine's energy is to give, to be the giver. And when we are out of the energy of the roles that are supposed to be played, how can union be actualized? How can we come into union when we don't know how to play our roles? We're being told so many things from these so-called twin flame gurus. Half of them are not even union themselves. And if they are, you don't know what problems that they're, hiding or covering. This is an inside job, you guys. This is not an outside job. To gain union, you can never gain it by listening to someone on the outside. You have to listen to your inner voice. Like I had to listen to my inner voice and realize, hey, Tyann, it's okay for your husband to have a codependency on you. It's okay for you guys to rely on each other, because this is the way that God made it. The twin flame journey. Hello, Dana Wayna. The twin flame journey is one that is made to be codependent. Not in an unhealthy way, because anything that you do too much of and access is not good. But to the extent that it benefits you and your partner, someone has to be strong. You're not always going to be strong. Your divine counterpart is going to have to come in and be the strong one sometimes when you are weak. Iron sharpens iron, and that's the way it's supposed to go, back and forth, back and forth. Never should one person carry the whole relationship dynamic. That's where the wording, where you are weak, I am strong, comes from. Hello, it's just Kay. Yes, and the codependencies, when they are in that form of codependency, that's when we have to observe, okay, as divine feminine. We have to observe if it's healthy or if it's non-healthy. Is it going to benefit us for him or her to depend on me? And are you going to continue to carry them? Because you can only carry a person so far. Okay? There's nothing wrong, divine feminines, for being a container temporarily, but you cannot be the container permanently. You have to allow them, because if not, you enable them to be stuck in the Eight of Swords on the earthly plane, and you want to get them out of that energy. And many of us divine feminines carry the Queen of Cups energy, which is very nurturing, mother-like. And we may carry a little bit more than what we should at times. Not saying it is right or wrong, okay? Because the only one that stands in judgment is you. You are the one that perceive a thing as right or wrong. But what I'm saying, just like Dana has mentioned, when you have a partner that continuously is codependent, then that's never good. And you have to cut that off at the core. Because it's only from the inside out that we'll be able to gain union. And our divine counterparts need us at our best. Okay? When we find ourselves vibrating low and at a low frequency as divine feminines, it's our job to raise our frequency and get our autonomy together. Because really, we don't have any time to waste, and we don't have any time to where we should allow ourselves to stay in a low vibration to where it ruins us spiritually. We always want to make sure that we're doing our utmost to stay on top spiritually. This is not an easy journey, because to be a twin flame, to be a part of the 144,000, you have to have your spiritual journey in addition to your twin flame journey. So you have two journeys that you're on, but one is meant to be a journey of togetherness, completeness, and wholeness, and a dual journey, and not a solo journey. This is not a solo battle, the twin flame journey. This is a battle that was meant for two. And many of our masculines have abandoned ship. And that triggers us as divine feminines, because many of us already have abandonment issues. And the last thing that we need is for our partner, who's supposed to stand base with us, to buckle and to run. So I understand your pain. I understand that a lot of divine feminines are just really pissed because their divine counterpart is not coming to bat for them. Their divine counterpart is not there with them, not standing with them side by side as they should. Yes, so that's when, Dana, when you know that your partner is draining you, you have to disengage. I've been there before. You have to cut them off completely and do not let them to deplete your supply. Yes, you got to push through it. God has given us these tools that we need to be very competent for this journey. They've been activated in ourselves since the day that we've been born. We have what it takes. We are highly equipped to do this job. And the thing is, no one is going to do it for you. I believe me sending love and light to my husband really helped us. When we were separated, I sent him love and light every single day, and I had no outcome. I had no expectations on how it was going to come out. I just knew that I needed to do that. I wasn't talking to him because I was experiencing what you was experiencing, Dana, where I was just feeling drained because he wasn't wanting to meet me at my level. So I said, okay, fine, I'll vibrate higher than you. I'll vibrate above you until you meet me at my level, because I'm not going to meet you at yours. And it worked. Oh, love you too, Libra Sunshine. I appreciate it. If I can be of any help to any of you guys, as you can see, I'm in union with my baby. We're together. We've been together for a month and a half now. And it's not been easy, but you guys, it's worth the work. Working on you is working on them. It pulls them to be their very best. Yeah, and that's really, when you have substance involved or any type of addictions, it really does make it hard, because you're not just fighting up against just one thing. That's multiple things. That's multiple vices. When you say alcohol can cause someone to act in some strange ways and not be themselves. And if they can't be there for themselves, how can they be there for you? So it really does compound the situation. And my heart goes out to you because I've been there before. I know what that's like. It's not a good feeling. It feels like you're on the battlefield by yourself. But just know that you're not. People kick habits every day. It's not something that we have to claim for him for his near future. Just see him happy, healthy, and whole. And eventually that will be the reality, because it's going to have to take you, Dana, your vision, in order for you to see that reality for your divine counterpart, because he's spiritually sick right now. He can't do that for himself. And so that's where it goes back to him being codependent on you. He has no choice because he's spiritually sick. He has to be codependent on you. He can't be codependent upon himself. In no way, in shape, and form, is he even fit to be, dependent on. Because alcohol, I don't say it's a addiction. It's a disease. It involves multiple healings that Lorenzo has not faced in many of his lifetimes. So I want you, divine feminines, to look at this from a higher perspective. What you're dealing with your divine counterpart is not a one in a lifetime thing. This is what they've been dealing with for eons and eons and eons, and they came to this lifetime to fix with you, with your help, because they can't do it without you. I'm not saying it's impossible, because with God, all things are possible, but the chances are very slim. And this is the reason why, divine feminine, we have to be stronger. We have to be wiser. We have to know that there's more to it than what meets the eyes. Okay? This is a spiritual warfare for many of you that don't know. This is a spiritual war. There are things that are going on behind the scenes that you have no clue. You have no idea. You don't know how many attachments your divine counterpart has just because of opening himself or herself up to alcoholism or pornography or sexual addictions. You guys, this thing, it's so many layers to it. And that's why this is not a cookie cutter, one size fit all resolution. We all have to solve and resolve it within our own way and what works best for us in our relationship dynamic, because what works best for you may not work best for me. Just like a diet, everybody can't do a keto diet. All right, everybody can't do veganism. Everybody can't be a carnivore. You got to choose what works best for your body. You have to listen to your body. And so I am saying this also with the twin flame dynamic. You have to listen to your spirit. What does your spirit say? My spirit say, when my husband came back to me and he wanted to work it out, it said work it out with him. And so that's what I did. What does your spirit say? I'm glad I was here for you. It was a reason why the video wasn't uploaded, because you wouldn't have got the same personalism that you're getting and that you're receiving. Welcome, Cookie J. Right now, it would have been impersonal, and it would have been a cookie cutter, because I would have been addressing all people at the same time, and I wouldn't have been able to address you individually. So God is not stupid. It was meant for me to upload this and to come on live with you. And my husband sacrificed our time that we're supposed to be spending together so I can do this video. Oh my God. Anyway, I appreciate his sacrifices for me. I really do. Oh, I would tell him, but he's asleep. He's asleep. We got a ways to go. Thank you so much. But we set out on our journey. We're gonna have fun today. We already had fun today, but we're gonna have more fun. So yeah, you guys, I really believe in this twin flame journey. It is my whole life. My whole life has evolved around this. I channel at work. Most of the people that come to me are twin flames. And I help them and I coach them and I develop them. I even have like few of them that come to me every week because, oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, I'll give him a kiss. Baby, give me a kiss. There you go. um, Many of the people that I channel for are those that have lost the departed, where their dead loved ones have went to the other side, and I do mediumship. And then the other half are twin flames that are lost on their journey. You okay, baby? Okay. And it's really a rich and rewarding experience because I also do my doctor work on the weekends. I really, honestly, am living my life. I'm truly blessed. My office is off of a lake, and it's really a pretty view, no matter what time of year it is. When you step into your divine purpose, divine feminine, that is when all things are going to be in alignment for you. Your journey with your twin, etc. Step into your divine purpose. Because when you do that, you're being your true authentic self. You're stepping into your divine power. And that's when everything just aligns. Hi, baby. Hi, Goddess Twin. 333. Aww. Yes. Thank you so much. And that's one thing about this journey. Never forget why you're on this journey. It's not for your twin. Because you and your twin are one. You're the same soul. You're doing this because this is a divine journey. And we're all divine sparks that are looking for our way back home. Thank you. We're all looking for our way back to source, to wholeness, to completeness. That's what it is to be in alignment with source, is to be your whole and complete self. I gotta pee again. I'm so glad that I peed. But I really gotta pee again. Anyhow, I love you guys. Thank you for coming on and showing me some love. For those that just came, please do not forget to hit the like button, share, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, so you won't miss my current videos. Hopefully I'll be able to upload some. I'm hoping.
Flip the camera and go close. Is there light?
Hold on one second. Hi.
Alright, then
Hi, best friend. I'm fine.
flip the camera.
Hold on one second.
See this? Shifted the video to where the speaker is, to where the DVD is. Is the wire connected to it? The in
Our
to
sister,
in, the red
well,
wire.
my sister-in-law is house sitting for us while we go on vacation.
Yes. The
Anyhow,
red cord. Now put it in there.
No, it's just regular music in the back.
No.
I don't know yet,
Yes.
Dana. How
Good.
long? Yes, I am out of country again.
Step back.
This is me. I usually travel like once a month.
And get the remote. The long one. The remote to the deck.
I'll be hitting another
Switch it on.
country next month.
Press the power
Depends on
button
where I
on the
want to
red
go,
one.
where my soul calls me. Hi, beautiful Cecilia.
Is it on?
Yeah. So anyway, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Love you all.
Is it
I'll
on
try to
yet?
get back on maybe tomorrow, but I'm gonna enjoy the time that I'm
Let me
spending
see the
with him
remote. There's
today.
something you're supposed to press on the
And
remote.
yeah, I look forward to seeing all your beautiful faces tomorrow or maybe the next day.
The one at the top.
All right. Love you all.
Close to open
Thank you
and
for
close.
holding
No.
space, love and
Yes.
light,
No.
and
Yes.
and
Yes.
Christ
Now keep
consciousness.
pressing it till it gets to portable.